married to a drug dealer. There was times throughout my life, even though I was a child of the Most High God, I used witchcraft as a tool to try to get my way. I didn't realize it was witchcraft at the time. My mom, who was Christian, would always steer me straight and get me away from those things. I'm going to talk about astral projection in another video and the different types of witchcraft that I've tried throughout the years. But when I was living with the drug dealer, the witchcraft that I was using was horoscopes. I was listening and reading horoscopes to try to find out my next move with him and what I should be doing. Instead of inquiring from the Lord, I was using witchcraft. After the SWAT team came in and after he was apprehended and placed in jail for a period of time, in my last video, I talked about a period of a few weeks, a month or two, where I was kind of stuck. I had no food, I had no money, I had no job, I had no vehicle. I was pacing the house back and forth. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to be a child of God. I wanted to learn about Christ, but I was also dabbling in witchcraft and manipulation, trying to find a way out of my circumstances, trying to manipulate the circumstances, to manipulate people. And that's what witchcraft is. You're trying to manipulate people to get your own way. You know, even churches do it. When you shame people into serving in the church, that's witchcraft, folks. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful of when you try to manipulate family members. Oh, I've done it. I'm guilty. I am guilty of trying to shame family members into doing what I wanted to do. I was trying to manipulate my ex-husband. I was trying throughout our marriage to manipulate him into getting my way, using various witchcraft to try to get my way. Even though I was a child of the Most High God, I was still doing that. After he went to jail for a period of time, before he got out, God was working on me. Imagine a potter. The potter has a perfect piece of clay, and he puts that perfect piece of clay on the wheel, intending to make a usable vessel for himself, a cup. The squirrels are playing. So cute. Sorry. But that potter has that perfect piece of clay on his wheel, and with his hands he's molding it into a cup that he'll use daily. It's a cup for himself, not a fancy cup, but a cup that he wants to use for himself. And when he's done, he looks at the cup and he finds a hair in it. He says, I didn't put that there. And he pinches the cup, pinches the clay to take the hair out. And then he remolds it. He remolds it and makes it where he wants it to be. And he examines it again, and he finds a gnat in it. And he says, I didn't put that there. So he pinches it, and he takes the gnat out, and he puts it back on the wheel again, and he molds it again. The cup, if you could feel as a piece of clay in a cup. Can you imagine what the cup is thinking? Ow! Ow, Father, that hurts. I don't like that. Leave the hair there. No, cup, says the potter. I'm going to use you, and the hair can't stay. Ow, Father. That hurts when you pinch me to take the gnat out. Leave the gnat there. No, cup, says the potter. I'm going to use you, and the gnat has to go. I know it hurts, but I'm going to use you, and those things can't stay. We, excuse me, we are in the potter's hands. We, as Christians, children of the Most High God, we are to be usable vessels. And when we allow bad things into our life, like witchcraft and horoscopes, astral projection, manipulation, sin, I could go on and on forever. When we allow those things into our life, into our vessel, the potter has to remove them. And it's not going to feel good. And when the SWAT team left, it did not feel good when I was left there. I'm in the book of Lamentations today. And that's Old Testament. You don't hear about the book of Lamentations. I'm in the chapter 3. I'm down at verse 22, although you should read the whole chapter. It's really good. Starting at 22. Through the Lord's mercies, we are not consumed. We could be. The potter could start all over, squash the clay, and say, I'm done with you, cup. I'm done with you. I'm going to create something better without you, cup. That's not what our potter does. He removes the impurities to make us usable. Through the Lord's mercies we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Says my soul. He could have squashed me and say, you are not a usable vessel anymore. You have too many impurities in you for me to use you. But his mercy is new. Great is his faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. I had to learn to stop manipulating people. I was manipulating my ex-husband. I was manipulating my children. I was manipulating God. That's witchcraft. I was trying to figure out my future through horoscopes. Witchcraft. I had so much sin in my life. So much sin in my life. And that sin will never, ever be out 100% because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect here on the earth. Read Lamentations. Come back to the Lord.